Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this FileCloud webinar on how to enable your teams to create, share, and collaborate with Office Online 365 in FileCloud. All right, save your questions. I'll be attending to them at the end of the demo or the session. We'll also be, sending the webinar recordings afterwards. All right. So yeah, I guess most of us at some point went through the process of accessing a single document by downloading it first, making some changes to it, editing, updating, making sure it's all good. Then we save the new version and then upload it. But what if we can make a way to simplify it? So with FileCloud Office Online integration, you can open, edit, and save any Office documents stored in FileCloud right from your browsers. So I will walk you through the required configurations and show you how they will look like in the web UI. All right, so the first thing that needs to be done is configure FileCloud to work with Office 365 and allow the access to Office documents within the browser. Please be reminded that this requires an Office 365 subscription. All right, so I'll be switching my screen between the admin portal and the user portal to demonstrate. Okay, so we can go to the settings, right? Select Web Edit, and we need to configure the Whoopee client settings accordingly. After that, we go to Customization right here, Customization tab, and look for Show Online Edit option. We need to tick this and save the changes so that when we go to the user portal or to the web UI, we will now be able to see this one, the button that says Open in Office Online. So this is a Word document, an Office document. I will open this through this in the web browser. All right, that's it. So we just opened an Office document through the FileCloud browser. Okay, we can also configure FileCloud to create Office documents. Now, to do that, we go back to the admin portal. Okay, so let me just show you. This is the admin portal. We go back to the customization tab and look for this option right here. We need to select this, the one that says Show New Document Creation option. We save the changes, okay? And when we go to the web UI, right, we'll be presented with these options right here. Okay, let me go back. If we go to the folder actions, it will allow us to create Office documents such as Word, PowerPoint, and Excel right here. So I click this, say test 105, create. All right, I just created an Office document within the FileCloud browser. Okay. So how do we share Office documents in FileCloud? Now, sharing of Office documents online or in FileCloud is as easy as sharing any files within FileCloud. Okay, so say for example, I want to share this specific document. Okay, just have to select this. You can right click it and select manage share, or you can also do that here, manage share. Okay. All right, so we're presented with this interface where we can see the share URL right here. We also have the option to edit the last segment of the URL, okay, to make it more recognizable. We have the option to email this URL to one of the users or one of the users which who we want to share the file with. Okay. We also have, let me just put this under public share. We have the option to set an expiry date and to restrict the number of downloads for this specific file. We also have the option to email file change notifications and the added security of password protection right here, especially if you're doing the public share, right? Speaking of public share, let's move on to share permission. So basically, public share is allowing everyone who has this URL to access this file. That's it. We can also do the private share, where we can allow select users, FileCloud users or groups to access this. So this is more secure. Let me just add one of my colleagues, say for example, Elaine, okay? So it will prompt me to send an email notifying her that I've shared this specific file. I will proceed with that. Now, after adding a user, FileCloud will then let me know what this user can do with this file that I'm sharing. So in this case, Elaine is able to share, download, and view this file. Okay, so that's how you share Office document in FileCloud. Oh, remind me with this button. Now you can quickly view a portion of a document using this preview button right here. And this will help you to, have a sneak peek of the document that you need to work on. Say, for example, this one, if I click preview here, that's how the preview button works. Okay. All right. So integration with Office 365 also comes with its co-authoring power. Now, this is the equivalent of co-authors sitting next to each other and working on the same content. That means that a number of users will be able to edit, make changes to the same document. As an example, let's say a document that needs to be worked on by different users. So instead of working separately and later merge their work, they can use co-authoring. It makes the process easier and simpler. Right, so to demonstrate, it starts with um, a FileCloud, an Office document being shared in FileCloud. As you can see here, I'm opening this, and if I go to manage share, this specific file is being shared to one of my colleagues, Hazel. So Hazel and I can access this file at the same time. There you go. Hazel's here. I'm able to see what Hazel is doing right now, any change that she's making. She's also able to see the changes that I'm making and the work that I'm doing. It enables us to see everyone's changes as they happen in the document real time, which is really good because it also facilitates quick feedback. Now it solves the problem of working on, separate files and painstakingly merging them. That's the power of co-authoring. So as you can see here, Hazel is also editing the same document. We're accessing the same document and making some changes to it. All right. So another thing, just please keep in mind that accessing this through the browser, just one way of accessing files in FileCloud. What I'm trying to say is there are other means such as the sync and the drive application. Now, FileCloud will tend to restrict the other applications to access the specific file when it's opened or accessed in the browser. And this is for a good reason. This is to avoid conflicts. All right. So this also works the other way around. I have this, let me check. All right. So this file here is currently being opened through the sync application. Now, when I try to check or open it through the web browser, I can see this lock option or the lock icon, I'm sorry. The lock icon that's telling me that this is being accessed either through the sync application or the drive application. And again, that's for a good reason of avoiding conflicts within FileCloud. That's it, we're almost done. And another thing, just in case you stumble upon this situation, you know, Microsoft places a file size limit when editing Office documents online or the web browser. So it impacts editing of files which went beyond the limit, right? So when faced with this situation, right, we do have alternatives. And within FileCloud, say for example, this specific file right here went beyond the file size limit, okay? And we won't be able to open that through the browser. We can just select quick edit, all right? Let me just, okay, quick edit will let us access this file through the sync application. All right, since you're already in the web browser, it would be very easy if you just right click this or you just click on quick edit here and it will automatically be opened via the sync application. Again, this requires sync application to be installed. So here, the second option would be uh, accessing this file through the drive or the sync application. And the third and the last option or alternative would be the traditional way of downloading the file from FileCloud and uploading it back. So that's it. That concludes our webinar about enabling your teams to create, share, and collaborate with Office 365 in FileCloud. We can now proceed to the Q&A. So you can actually click on the Q&A option right there to throw in your questions. Okay, so we have a question here. Can a document editing be done without Office 365? If you're trying to open an Office document, it requires, Office 365. I've mentioned earlier at the start of the webinar that it requires an Office 365 subscription. However, if a document, let's say if you're trying to edit a text document, then it's still possible without Office 360. We have the option to do the editing in the FileCloud web UI. But for Office documents to be opened and accessed through the FileCloud browser, it requires an Office 365 subscription. By the way, please feel free to throw in your question. You can always, email sales@codelathe.com if you have questions, and we'd be more than happy to address them via email. So yeah, I'll be staying for like another a few minutes here to wait for questions. All right, looks like we're all good. Thank you for joining this webinar about creating, sharing, and collaborating with Office 365 in FileCloud. You have a great day. Goodbye.